parking spot a little bit. That's okay. Go ahead and hop out. probably should follow the rules, but it's just not as much fun.
All right, well, it's the next morning. It's not really morning anymore. I hung out with family for a few hours. So it is decidedly nearly afternoon, but yeah, we're back home. You can see we made it back home safe and sound. Apparently I left the window down. That was cool. It was definitely raining last night, very lightly. There's some Doritos on the floor, but nothing's wet, so it was basically done raining almost by the time we got home. But so she's a little dirty. Everything's a little dirty. Real dirty because we hit the dirt road. Obviously, I creep on the dirt road, but yeah, everything still gets dirty. So we got to pick up the wash. This stuff is not gonna get washed today. Let me pull you back there. The pickup might get washed before work tomorrow, but yeah, basically it's time to unload. And then we're gonna drop the trailer, and we've got to do a little work and order some parts. So we had two, I would call it minor issues, well, three. So issue number one was the AC sucks on the L9000. It kind of still, it blows colder than ambient, but not very much. I put two 12-ounce cans of refrigerant into it before we left, and I don't know. I've resigned myself that I don't really feel like taking it to an AC shop and dumping a bunch of money in. I'm not an AC tech, and I don't really know what I'm doing with it. So I think I'm just gonna, deal with windows, to be perfectly honest with you. So there's that. That's really a minor issue. Nothing I'm really gonna do anything about. Issue number two is turbo drain line gasket is leaking pretty good. So not enough to even make a dent on the dipstick for, almost 700 miles. But you can't really see it because we drove in the rain, but it did film. So we got free rust proofing over the whole back of this. There's a little bit sheen on the back of the 450, and there was a little bit even on the front end of the Lodestar when we cleaned it up at the show. So we've got to do a turbo drain line gasket. That one thing's almost brand new, so it just is what it is. Sometimes things happen. Maybe I screwed it up putting it in. So at any rate, we got to do that. And then issue number two is this hub on the trailer, the wheel seal, the inner wheel seal blew. It still holds fluid. It's almost, I don't know if you can see it right there. It's almost up to the add line. So it doesn't lose. She wasn't getting hot. It was okay. But it is damp on the inside. So we're going to have to do a seal and probably some brake shoes on this wheel end. So that is on my to-do list for today. Once everything's unloaded and I get all of our stuff cleaned out of the whole rig, all of our gear, I'm probably going to jack up that wheel end, get everything pulled apart so I can pull the shoes and between the shoes and the seal, get those taken into my supplier and get everything so I've got it for next weekend to put back together. So other than that, it was a great show. I'm going to give Dane credit because the idea of doing the parade was friggin' killer. It was awesome. That was the highlight of the show for me, at least, and for my daughter. I wasn't sure what it was going to be, but it was just long enough. And minus the guy in the kilt who was a jackass, it was a good time. We do parades at some of the other shows we've gone to, and they're always awesome. They're always way more awesome than I even expect them to be. So it was nothing less than that, and I hope he continues that for next year. On that note, too, my wife and I just had a long discussion. Our next show is in 3 weeks. We're going to the Ashland. Looks like I've got some fender molding to resecure too. But in 3 weeks, we're going to the ATHS, the Ohio Vintage Truck Reunion, I think it is, and there's camping there. And I was looking at hotels, and yeah, I don't want to do that. It's just too much money. And then was looking at having my wife drive the F450 with the fifth wheel, and that's just a lot of work, a lot of extra fuel. And I said, man, we're building this camper. We should just run it. So we're going to go on a 2-week thrash to get it plumbed and electrified, and it won't be done, but as done as we can get it so that 4 people can stay in it for a night or 2. So, yeah, that's happening. I'll bring you along. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage on Dane Scott's second annual GMC Jamboree. Had a great time. It was a fun trip as it was last year, and look forward to doing it again. Y'all take care. Have a great week.